and now we both watched the latest OJ documentary on Netflix.
Yes, American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson,
Yes. So,
which led me to watch People versus O.J. Simpson.
okay, I've not rewatched that in a while,
Oh,
but
I've seen that. It's my
um,
seventh run.
yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, so I for the Netflix the new documentary, and it's hard because I'm like, what are they bringing anything new? I don't know. They kind of brought a couple new tidbits in, uh,
Yes.
which was interesting, but I don't know if any do people care anymore. I mean, I don't know, but
I think there's a niche need for OJ. Like I'm an OJ Simpson junkie with the trial. I mean, I remember we all remember when that happened
yeah,
live. And I love People versus OJ Simpson. I have seen all the documentaries. So when this came out, I'm like, can they really tell us anything new? But the fact that he died when they released this and they had more of the original members in one documentary than ever,
hmm
I'm like, this is worth a watch.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it was. It really
It was
was.
good. Yeah. So,
Can I give
um,
us, I'll give a spoiler
yeah,
warning. I
bring
mean,
it. Yeah.
to
I don't know why
anyone
they
that,
kind of buried it to I think the last episode, but I was like,
you know what I'm
they
going to
should have let,
say.
yeah, yeah. Go
His
ahead.
agent, Mike,
Yeah.
basically, OJ confessed to doing it.
hmm
He said they were drinking by the pool and he was smoking pot and all that. And his agent said, "What happened that night?" And he says, OJ says, "What do you think happened?" And his agent, Mike, says, "I think you did it. Not because you're a murderer, just because I think you did it." And OJ said to him, this is in the documentary, if Nicole didn't come to the door with a knife, she'd still be alive.
Yeah.
Why this was not heard of before, I mean, I couldn't live with myself. If somebody
Yeah.
said that to me, I'd be on the news the next day and saying, look, I know double jeopardy, but like he confessed,
Yeah.
you know?
This
How
is
do you
what else?
sleep at
Yeah.
night? Like that
I
agent
don't
was a
know.
piece of shit. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't trust him for a second with the memorabilia and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. There were some strange goings-ons, but yeah, but
Weird.
but it always brings back memories because I do remember that afternoon night the live chase, which now
Yeah.
obviously it happens
The
more
juice
often
is
in LA
loose.
for yeah, but there had never been quite anything live like that with helicopters and
No.
so forth. And I'm curious, obviously this was the pre-internet age for sure, but there were so many people on the freeways and overpasses. How did word get out that, I mean, we're all watching it across the nation, but people were ready for him to to drive by and already had signs made. It was strange, you know.
I always bring that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you have the time to get the signs?
Yeah.
And the answer is always he was driving slowly. I'm like, but still, there's no internet.
Yeah.
You can't like Google where is he driving now? You
Yeah.
had to like wing it, and they did.
And I obviously there is a maze of freeways or whatever, and they kind of knew he was probably heading back to Brentwood, so you kind of knew. But still, to be able to figure it out, get there, you know, I don't know.
Right. How do you do it?
Still amazing. So
It is amazing. I
only
remember
in
that
LA.
chase. The
Yeah.
juice is loose. Only in LA. But I did
Uh,
like the documentary, and I didn't care for Carl Douglas at all. Um, just the way he talks, he's like, it's almost like he's trying to convince himself. And
yeah,
he even said in
he
the one point, I sleep well at night. I'm like, are you trying to convince me or you? Like you
yeah.
let off a murderer. I'm sorry. You
What
did.
he made he tried to put himself in the spotlight so much, and
Yeah.
everything that comes out of his mouth was a soundbite to the point I don't believe him.
No,
And it's, especially
not at
when he's
all.
talking about people that are now deceased, and he said they told me that. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know if I quite believe you. You know, like I think you're elevating yourself into this story when I don't think you were that big of a player. So
right. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, exactly. He's elevating into the story. People are there to defend themselves and to put things into perspective. Ron and Nicole's blood was in his car and in his sock. Like he did it, you know? But the police and the jury and it was just so much show that
it
they
was a
lost
mess.
sight of what's important. And for Carl Douglas, what you said to talk about people that weren't there, and
Yeah,
it's almost like he's trying to convince himself. Like, I
yeah,
mean, I don't know. And
yeah.
OJ, I don't know how you sleep at night. Do like, how do you not? I don't. It's just bizarre.
He slept fine,
It's sad.
apparently.
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
that documentary was really good. If you
yeah,
haven't seen it,
yeah.
folks, I recommend
Check it
giving
out.
it a
Check
watch.
it out.